This is the G podcast where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future, and everything else. This is the G podcast, and today we got the BCBL in the building, Bull City Basketball League. Let's go.
Doesn't matter how you feel.
Yes, indeed. Once again, this is the G podcast where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future, and everything else. Fellas, I greatly appreciate y'all joining. Oh, it's money time. Now, instead of me introducing everybody, I'm just going to have the fellas introduce themselves. If y'all don't mind going around and giving introductions to the audience.
So I'll start it off, man. I'm B. I go by B Swiss as my brand. I think I've been coined as the creative multimedia specialist when it comes to Carolina sports and entertainment of the Bull City Basketball League. I handle the websites, flyers, video editing, that kind of thing, commentating the game, just having fun.
Word up. Who else we got next?
Got your boy Kev. I am the commissioner of the league. It is what it is. We've had a great season, and we're gonna keep it rolling.
Word up! Shout out to the commish.
All right, and I'm C. I'm the owner of the Carolina Sports and Entertainment and the Bull City Basketball League.
Word up! Trifecta, triangle offense. That's what we call it tonight. The triangle offense in the building, and it's only appropriate after having a great season wrapping up. I just curious. I know we had the first season. This was the second. What were some of the things that you enjoyed, say, this time around that you really think you improved on?
I can answer that one. We have a staff now. So the first time we didn't really have a established staff. But now I have Brian, I have Kevin, I have Kima doing the videoing and the media, like with the recording. So it's a lot easier this time around with the staff and people helping. So a lot smoother process.
Word. And how many teams participated in the league this season?
We got 8 teams. Shout out to all the teams. And the most important thing, shout out to the players, because it's been a very competitive league. This has probably been, if I would say the upgrade from season 1 to season 2, it's definitely been the competition, because the competition is definitely there. B Swiss don't like to toot his own horn, so I'll do it for him. The production and everything that we're doing with that, it really is setting us apart, man.
Word up. No, man, I know we had C on the podcast. That episode is going to be coming out shortly. Stay tuned for that. But we had C on the podcast, and we talked about some of the trials and tribulations of getting the league like this started in its first season, and this season was getting about to get started. And now that it's at its conclusion, it's nice to kind of hear some of this stuff, because the development and the growth is what people need to also know about, because this doesn't just happen by accident or overnight. For you, B Swiss, with those teams, like how many players are on each team roughly?
It's hard to say. I think there's at least eight players to each team. The commissioner probably can answer that better than I can. But
yeah, we're looking in,
and I think
anyway. Oh, go ahead, B.
I was just going to say, I think that if you ask the players, they definitely would tell you that the difference between last season and this season is the competition, the level of play. Go ahead, Kev. I just want to keep that out.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at anywhere between 8 to like I said, it's pure talent. That's the biggest thing. From this year to this season to last season, because we have some true all-stars. First season we were just getting started. Second season, here we are. So it's only up from here.
Let's just talk about some of the participants who are giving up their time to participate in the league and really invest in what you're doing. That's not a small amount of people. You said 8 teams, roughly 8 to 10 people on each team. Is that what I'm hearing? My math is not the best, right? But just doing some quick numbers on that, we talking anywhere from like 80 around 80 or participants. Like, can we just talk about the demographics of like the types of people who we have playing in the league?
I didn't think about it till you said that there are roughly 80 people dedicated to the league and showing up and playing hard. I think, again, it's based off of their love for the game, and the competition is there because I don't know. I didn't commentate last season, but I did this season. You wouldn't think that the players would care, but before I didn't know all the players' names, so I'm like, okay, number 12 drops to 3. And they like, oh, yo, how come he ain't saying my name? My name is Mark. Tell him Mark hit the 3. I might call out the wrong name, or they care about that thing. They start showing up when you add these things to that. And it ain't just this season. Every week something changes. Every week something's different. We improve upon the things that work, and we kind of shelve the things that don't. That kind of structure has been working for us this season really well. So,
Yes,
and are they all like gentlemen? Is it a mixed league of men and women, or what? Like, what's the age range? I'm just curious. Like, who are some of the actual participants in terms of the demographics of age, background, that sort of thing?
Gotcha. So it's all a men's league currently right now. In regards to age, you're looking anywhere from, I don't have birthdays or anything, but I would say anywhere from 25 to 40, because I'm pushing 40. So we got a wide range.
Word. And is everybody like really from Durham, or are people coming in from out of town to play in the league? What do you have an idea about that?
We got a few majority's from Durham, but we got a few that are from the area around. We have some people from Chapel Hill. We have some people from Roxborough area, Greensboro. I got a cat from my team from Greensboro. So we're reaching out, and that's the thing about the Bull City League is that we're trying to expand and bring anybody up to the Bull City.
Word. No, man, it's definitely a dope initiative. I love the community initiatives that y'all have within what you do. And we're going to talk about that more, especially as we talk about the upcoming All-Star Weekend. But before we go there, I'm curious just to hear from each of you. What did you enjoy most about this past season?
I'll start that one off. I enjoyed the sportsmanship. We haven't had any fights or any issues like that. I enjoyed. It's very competitive. It's very, very competitive, but at the end of the day, everybody clap it up, and it's good sportsmanship, a family environment. So that's the part. That's one thing. And again, I can't say this enough. It's the staff, the people that help. It made it a lot easier. I can actually enjoy some of the games. We have a system that we're setting up, and after every Sunday, we all get together and we talk about what didn't work so well and what we need to do to improve. And they don't mind checking me. I might have an idea that they don't agree with, and they don't mind saying, hey, man, I don't think we should go that route. So from my perspective, that made it a lot better, a lot smoother this go round.
I just like the growth. I like watching it grow. Like I said, from week to week, we tried this, that didn't quite work. We tried this, oh, that worked good. We're gonna expand upon that, and just watching it all play back. One of the weeks, I just sat back and watched for a moment. I stepped away from the mic and just watched the game play and watched people in the bleachers enjoying the game. I was like, man, this is dope. I just enjoy seeing it. I enjoy seeing people have a good time, enjoying and loving the game of basketball, and able to do that in a safe environment in their city.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta interject, because when you get a bunch of niggas together hooping, like
never know.
You talking about real the competitiveness starts really like turning up, man. Things can get a little chippy like very quickly. So it's refreshing to hear that we got a league where everybody's been level-headed, conducting themselves accordingly, and keeping y'all in a position to continue to grow moving forward. Because even though we're in Durham, these opportunities to establish what something like you have and then build is really based off the relationships and how you conduct business moving forward. And even though it's not to say a quote unquote professional league, the players are a big part of the success of the league. So their buy-in, their willingness to be stand-up dudes, man, we gotta
shout out to all the players, man, all the teams.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
So,
and one more thing I'll say about the sportsmanship, even when, like, let's say someone gets heated or whatever, they might get a tech or whatever. every Monday I get a text or I get a phone call apologizing for their behavior. So I kind of like, they respect what we're trying to do. Even when we don't get a video up in time or whatever, for the most part, all the participants, they kind of respect what we're doing. So that's the part that makes it all worth it as well. So.
Yeah, y'all stole all the thunder. I don't have much. It's really everything that y'all said, but just the competitive nature is someone that is actually playing in the league. That competitive nature is real. Every day you got to come, you got to bring it. Like you can't go out there thinking like, oh, I can't put on no shots throughout the week. Like you gotta bring your A game, because the competitive nature for this league is something serious. And that's, I would say, everything that everyone touched on, but definitely all three of those elements is what's making this league just a success.
Word up. So let's transition here a bit and actually show people some of these highlights from the season. Such a great season. And we're going into this weekend, which is going to be the 27th, the Sunday. We're going to have a whole day of events. Can you kind of talk me through some of these events while I queue up some of these highlights for us?
We're going to start it off. My mission, even on the podcast, when we talked, I want to include the kids, right? So we have what we call a middle school showcase. We're going to start the evening off at 2 p.m. We have 4 middle school teams involved. So we're going to have the first game is going to be two middle school teams playing against each other. All right. And then and these are some good guys. I saw some today. I went out and took a look at some today. So we have some like good talent on the middle school, in the middle school age group. So we're going to have a 2 p.m. game, and then we're going to go into our 3-point contest, and then we're going to have our second middle school game, and then we're going to go into our dunk contest, and then we're going to go into our all-star game to cap off the evening. And then the thing about the middle school, so the winners of both of these games will advance over to our championship game, and they will play like a championship game before our adult Boyd City Basketball League championship game.
Okay.
So it's just the way that we're introducing our mission in the beginning to like use basketball as a vehicle to give back to the kids. So we have some great guys in our league. So eventually it's going to spill over to like a mentorship type deal. But this is our first rollout, introducing the kids to what we're trying to do.
Yeah, man. I really, I love that initiative too, because especially our young boys, man, they need positive things to do to keep them busy in a productive way, like in a way that helps them avoid some of these pitfalls that are too common, especially in Durham. So programs like this that's creating mentorship, helping bridge that gap. Hopefully we continue to see more, but I gotta applaud just that being a mission from the start. I really enjoy that's something that y'all had focused in on early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For sure.
And so middle school game, 3-point contest. Definitely looking forward to see what's going on with the 3-point contest, and then a second middle school game. So just so I can understand for people watching, what's the difference between that first and second middle school game? Are we talking separate teams? Just what's the difference there?
We have 4 teams. So the first 2 teams will play at 2, and then the second 2 teams will play. So it's going to be like a Final Four type field. So the winners of both of those games will advance over to a championship game. So, and
that championship game is going to be when exactly,
Brian?
The date of the championship is
I'm sorry about that, man,
because that's getting into the playoffs, which is going to start on the 10th.
Okay.
Playoffs started on the 10th, so we're looking at the 24th. I think it's the 24th. Is that last Sunday? September 24th.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So even more to come here in September. So when it comes to this weekend's events, where can people actually see this live if they wanted to come and enjoy the environment? So
we had Guy Middle School in Chapel Hill. We can post the address. I don't have the address off the top of my head. We've held a majority of our season there. Great gym, great venue, tons of space for anybody that wants to come out and witness some good basketball. I know we're looking into having concessions too. So a lot of good things for this playoffs All-Star weekend.
That's the gym. That's the gym right there in the video that you see. And it's the Guy B. Phillips middle school gym. Like he said, it's a great gym. Love that gym. And it's on 606 Interstates Drive, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So
And shout out to that facility as well for coming in. Our goal initially was to have it at a specific location, but it wasn't ready for us, so we had to pivot. We wanted a nice gym, a nice environment with air conditioning and enough space for everybody. So shout out to the guy B. Phillips Middle School for coming through for us at the last minute. So.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
It's definitely one of those things you don't know about, like all the things that happen in the background. We have a lot of things that were supposed to happen this way, don't happen that way, and you just try your best to let nobody know that this didn't pan out the way we thought it would. The league is still turning out great, even though a lot of the things that we had lined up didn't quite pan out. Shout out to the staff for keeping up with everything, even the things that didn't quite fall through. So.
And shout out to the players too. Shout out to the players because they all when I sold the idea to them and I pitched the idea, they all thought it was going to be in Durham, and we pivoted and they just rolled with us. So it's a little further. It's maybe like 15, 20 minutes from Durham. But shout out again to the players because they didn't complain for the most part. And for the most part, everybody showed up to every game. So we appreciate the players again.
Facts.
So.
Facts.
And for all the information, you can go to the website to Carolina-sportsentertainment.com. That's Carolina-sportsentertainment.com. You can get all the information about upcoming events and this league and what we're going to do with the playoffs this weekend. Everything's there. And make sure you subscribe. Drop us your email so we can keep you posted, newsletters and things.
Word. So let's talk about some of these players who are going to be playing in the All-Star game this weekend. Can we shout these individuals out? Just talk about who they are and what we got going on. And I'll try and find another clip for us here too.
Yes, sir. So we're going to go ahead and announce the All-Star lineup. So we have for the first team, we have Ray Faison from Team Faison. We have Jordan from Showtime. We have Donovan Evans from the Coyotes. We have Big Al from the Bullseye, AV from 40 Cal, Corey Evans, last year's regular season MVP from the Coyotes. We have Terrell from the Bullies, Nick from Bull City Bullies. We have Mr. Watson, Damir Watson from Team Crossover. And then we have Antonio from Team Crossover also. So that's our first team All-Stars. So that's the first team. We have two teams, so I'll let either Brian or Kevin announce the second team.
Shout out to those gentlemen, man. So that's one of the teams that we can expect to see if you show up this Sunday to see the games. I'm just making sure we're hearing that right. That's the first All-Star team.
That's first team.
I'm curious, right? Like, how did y'all choose like East Coast, West Coast, A group, B group? Like, how did you end up deciding who would be on what sides of this All-Star team?
Brian, that's a Brian question.
Man, it's been a lot of back and forth about how we was going to do it. Should we just get two captains and they pick? Should we just let the players pick? We decided to go with the stats. We let the stats speak. Those top-ranking players, we felt like we put on a good show. And we could only choose I think it's 10 or 9 per team. I would have loved to have more because just those names that he called out, these teams, it's gonna be a great game. If they show up and play, it's gonna be some good basketball happening on Sunday. We went with the stats. That was easiest for us. it less of a headache, I guess, with the players. Everybody feels like they should be in the All-Star game. That made it fair. So
yeah.
Word.
Numbers speak.
Now, look, you're dealing with a lot of personalities and competitive personalities at that. So I can only imagine the type of feedback people will give you after they hear some of these selections. Like, yo, what do you mean I'm not on the squad? You know what I'm saying? Didn't you see the footage of me waxing this nigga? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like I can show you the clip right here. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all getting some of that.
Every week.
That's the pros and cons of doing, because we put out a video every week and then Kev does the stats. He does the stat book and puts out the stats. So they pay attention, man. You wouldn't, I didn't think they would take it this serious, but they pay attention. They can't wait for those videos to come out. They ask about the stats. And exactly like you said, you sure y'all got my stats in right? because I think I should be in there somewhere. So
and my personal number is on all the flyers and stuff. So I get texts at like 2, 3 in the morning. I get texts. I get all kinds of texts and phone calls. So
it's all love, though. We love it, man. We love the day.
Yeah,
We love that they care so much.
I was about to say the most important thing is they care, and it's all for the love of the game. And shout out to today's date, man. 8/24, man. R.I.P. Kobe, man.
Oh yeah,
man, it's all about the love of the game, man. It's all about the love of the game, man.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to the Black Mamba.
Yeah. So, B, you want to roll with Team 2?
Yeah, who we got on Team 2?
Oh,
So
yeah.
is it just Team 1, Team 2? Do they got names? I'm curious to hear that too. Is it we gonna give them a name or?
So I didn't want to be like the NBA. Didn't want to do like All-Star East West. So we kind of wanted to separate ourselves. We stuck on names. It's
work in progress.
Team 1, Team 2.
Flow that way.
You should see our chat. You should see our chat. We've gone back and forth on that for a whole week. We'll probably have
Team 2 is like the B team. Is that what y'all telling me? They like the B All-Stars?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Serious too.
I mean, Team 1, Team 2. And if I'm on Team 2, I'm like, what's going on, man? Like,
we're gonna be getting some text messages tonight.
I was about to say.
Like, we not number 2 to nobody. What we talk about, man?
That's a good point.
Nah, but Team 2, again, looking at this lineup, it's gonna be a crazy game. So we got Rico from 40 Cal, we got Marquis from Team Faison, we got Paul Tay Wright from the Coyotes, we got Jerry from the Family, we got Deshaun Epps from 40 Cal, we got Javier from the Family, we got Marcus from Bullseye, we got Mark from Team Crossover, we got Vincent from Team Showtime, and Yitro with the Bull City Bullies. That caps off Team 2. And I just want to mention, we could have had others. Others could have been in this lineup also. There was some players that we had to leave out that we didn't want to. The stats just didn't speak in their favor, but they great players too. They definitely deserve to be on this list also.
And it also dealt with game play too. So we had to cut it and just make sure we gave respect to everybody who came up and showed up each week. So we went with a minimum of games just to make sure it was fair and consistent.
That's what the NBA did. The NBA made that rule. I think they say you got to play like 60-something games now to qualify for all NBA and stuff like that. Did y'all hear about that?
Yep. So with our league, you had to play at least 4 games. So
okay, how many total games was like the regular season? Like what's how many games did they end up playing?
Yeah, 7.
Okay, word. All right, so shout out to the All-Star teams once again. Make sure y'all come to it's Guy Phillips Middle School in Chapel Hill. Gonna have a showcase of some young folks in the community. They'll be playing in their own tournament, 3-point contest, dunk contest. Did I hear that correct too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like what kind of dunks we talking, man? Like let's be honest for a second. What kind of dunks we talking? What can the people expect with this dunk contest?
We have some athletes in our you've seen the highlights. You've seen dunks up and down. We have some pure athletes. I have a feeling this one guy's going to show out. So I ain't going to say no names because I can't.
Why not say the name, man? We can at least shout him out.
No.
So y'all not going to choose. So if I were to ask you who's going to win the 3-point contest, who would you bet your money on?
I'll answer that one. I'm going to put my money on Donovan.
All right.
For the Coyotes.
Tough.
From the Coyotes. Okay.
That's tough. I'm gonna go with my boy who I know has won them many a times. Block is a legend in the area, so I'm gonna have to go with Block because I never count him out. But Donovan, man, they play on the same team.
So what's your pick? So what's your pick?
Team full of sharpshooters.
Corey Evans.
Gonna be Block. Yeah, Corey Evans. Block. Yeah.
Word up. So that team has both of the best shooters in the league, is what you're telling me?
We haven't even named the top 3-pointer shooter in the league. Yeah, he's on the same team.
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah, wow. It's tough.
Okay. All right. So, all
I
right.
ain't
Well,
saying
look,
nothing.
what
What's your pick,
What you
B?
got, B?
I ain't saying nothing, yo. Y'all got it.
Go get a text message tonight in about 30 minutes.
all right, but what about, all right, so, but from the dunk contest, who do you think is going to wow the crowd the most? Who got
I,
that X factor?
I'll say it. I'll say it. I ain't scared to say it. I
Don't
think.
have
I
your
think.
number. Don't have
I
your
think
phone.
Ray. I think Ray Faison is going to pull some stuff out, man. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I've seen a warm up dunk, and I was like, all right, you in it. I didn't give him a choice. I said, nah, you got to do it for the league and the culture. You got to be in it. So that's gonna be my pick.
Okay. Word up. Yo, definitely looking forward to a competitive, friendly, but yet competitive, entertaining day of basketball from all ages. Like we said, we got the young ones in the community middle school showcase. Going to be highlighting the skills with the 3-point shooters and the dunk contest. And then we got 2 teams of all-stars going at it, man. So if you need to make your way down Sunday,
Be there.
August
It's free.
27th. It's free.
Free admission.
It's air
Free
conditioning.
admission. Air
Yep.
conditioning.
You know
Food.
what I'm saying? Like,
Plenty of space. Nice floor.
Sessions. We're gonna have music. We're gonna have commentator.
It's a good time, man. It's a good time.
family friendly.
Oh, I forgot. We're gonna have some judges for the dunk contest. G,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you pulling
You
up,
still-
G, right?
you still coming out, G?
That is correct. Oh yeah.
Hey.
And, hey, look, man.
Was I supposed to mention that?
Yeah, you can
Was that-
mention that, and I'm just gonna be honest, man. I got high standards. I want to see.
Okay.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough getting them high scores out of me. I gotta be impressed here. I gotta see the athleticism. I want to see the creativity. I can't wait. But I will be there as one of the official judges for sure.
We
All right,
appreciate
word
it.
up. So let's actually talk about some of these league leaders, right? So let me go ahead and stop playing these highlights and let's go over some of the league leaders that we have from the season.
All right.
What do y'all think we want to start with? We want to start with scores, or we want to kind of start with the defense? Defense don't really get respect like that.
Yeah,
Do we want to
defense
lead with
win
steals
games.
and rebounds?
Yeah,
Let's start
defense
with the
win
steals.
games, man.
All right, bet.
Start with the steals. So this is our top 5 steal leaders for the season. This is an average.
Hold on, let me
per
pull
game.
this mug on the screen for you too. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this too.
And I want to say that our top leaderboard is sponsored by Top Shelf Installers and Movers. I want to give a shout out to Angelo on that one.
Shout out to Angelo.
Yeah. So he's just to give a little experts in installing office furniture, moving, etc., blinds, TVs, all that. So he's on our website as well. If you want to get his information, that's on our website. And his email address is topshelfinstallers@gmail.com. And the phone number is 919-519-4847. 919-519-4847. So give a shout out to Top Shelf Installers and Movers.
Wow.
You already know what I'm drinking. That old hillside. You already know what it is,
Shout
man.
out.
Make sure y'all go pick that up at your ABC. This right here, this bottle was named Sam. And if you don't know the story, we got that podcast on the channel right now. Make sure y'all go listen to the origin story. Y'all can hear from the brothers who actually created this right here. We got that on the channel too.
And they were a day one sponsor, day one contributor from day one. So we didn't even have one team, and they were on board day one. So shout out to them.
Shout out to old
Shout out.
hillside.
Oh, yeah.
Love right there.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
Word.
All right, let's get to these steals here. Let's see here. So I'm gonna start off with the steals. The top 5 in steals, we start off with AV with 5 steals a game from 40 cal. We have Belante with 3 steals per game from the Coyotes. We have Tev from the Bull City Bullies, 2 steals. We have Mr. Watson, Demir Watson, with 2 steals from Team Crossover. And then we have D'Angelo from the family with 2 steals.
So I'm looking at some of these names of teams, right? So how many? It was 8 total teams,
Yes, sir.
and how many are going to the playoffs?
It's all 8 teams are in the playoffs.
So all 8 teams in the playoffs. Got it. I'm curious, like, what are those seeds for the playoffs? Before we go over matchups, because now I'm seeing some team names This dude averaged 5 steals a game. Like
AV.
it's
Yep.
40 Cal. I'm curious, where did 40 Cal finish in the season having such a dominant defender on the floor?
Kev, you want to give the the standings?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, number one, 40 Cal, number one, undefeated season. Shout out to them.
So, and look, I didn't plan it, but I'm just looking at the fact that defense wins games here. Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying that coincidentally, 40 Cal finished undefeated, and they happen to have not just the league leader, but he almost doubling number 2. No disrespect.
Right.
But that is dominance.
Ironically, if you look at 1, 2, and 3, that's your 1, 2, and 3 for standings.
Top 2, yep. Top 3 teams, yep.
Defense win games, man.
Okay.
It's what it's about.
I gotta give a shout out to the Bull City Bullies. I love that name. I like that one.
Hey, they play hard.
Yeah. Word. All right. I didn't mean to interrupt there. So AV, 5 steals a game. 1, 2, 3, 40 Cal Coyotes, Bull City Bullies. Man, just shout out to the top steal leaders. Team Crossover, the family. And who's keeping track of all these stats game to game?
It's me. It's your boy. I go back through and I watch every single video and write it down. My wife hates it, but it is what it is. We got to do it for the family.
Sorry about that.
So these stats aren't even like live. I'm getting distracted on the fly. Like you're actually going back.
Watching
the film, tallying everything up.
Rewind, pause. That's my MO.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Yep.
So, all right.
Dedicated.
Being somebody that plays 2K, right? What constitutes a steal in the league? Like, because is it if I get the deflection and my teammate gets the ball, who gets credit for the steal?
You did the work with the deflection, so that's a steal. You get the deflection, you get the ball, you get the steal.
All right, hey man, just want to make sure I got it clear.
About that too. I'm gonna get some phone calls about that one too.
Hey, that's how the stats
that's
roll,
what it is, though. Yeah, that's it.
That's the steal.
I just want to know what a steal is, man. I gotta know if they're stealing or not. Gotta obey the rules. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so steals leaders. Let's go to rebounds. Let me see what we got for rebounds. Hold on, let me pull that up. All right, word up. All right, so shout out to the steals leaders. And coming up next, we got the people who do the busy work, cleaning up the glass. Wax on, wax off. All right, so let's talk through these top rebounding folks in the league.
Demir Watson, averaging 13 rebounds a game. That's impressive. He's a guard too. He's not a big man, so he's he's averaging 13 rebounds a game. From the crossover, team crossover. We have Solomon Butler, big man down low, averaging 13 points a game. We have Jordan from Showtime, averaging 11. We have Al from Bullseye, big man down low, averaging 9. And then we have Trey from the Bullies, again, averaging 7. That's a high riser there. So
shout out to the folks cleaning the glass. I ain't gonna lie, 13 rebounds a game is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They out there playing hard. They actually out there playing. So hold on. So describe. So all right. I gotta ask. Is his name Demir? Am I saying that right? Damir. I see 13, and I see Solomon has 13. Was there like a point of a difference of who was leading over the other? I'm curious why we put him number 1.
Yeah, there was a point difference there. I think one was like 0.4, the other was 0.2, something like that.
Ooh.
On the average.
Oh, that's like 1 rebound, basically.
It was
neck and neck.
But the person who actually won the rebounding title is a guard. So this is like some Westbrook type stuff here.
Yeah.
Boxing out, throwing some bows.
Long rebound.
Word. Man, shout out to the folks out there cleaning up the glass. And just shout out to the defenders overall. I know the defenders don't get enough love, but we're going to shout y'all out. All right, so let's go to the next. We got the rebounders. We got the steals leaders. Let's save the scoring for last. Let's go to those setup folks. We'll talk about the assist leaders. I myself prefer the passing element of basketball, looking for those crazy lanes, those behind the backs. Like, to me, the art of passing is very entertaining. But here we go. Assist leaders.
The assist leaders, Jordan from Team Showtime. We got AV from 40 Cal. We have Kareem from Bullseye. Mark from Team Crossover. And then we have Nick from the Bull City Bullies.
Word up.
And those sound like small numbers on average, but like to put it into perspective, of the 7 games, Jordan had 30 assists overall.
And let's also be honest. These niggas are trying to get theirs in the league. Like, let's be clear. When you get that rock, you like, okay, this thing is not about to swing to the left or the right. I'm about to get mine here. So a lot of folks in the league aren't going to necessarily be pass first. And the fact that they're putting up these type of numbers, I think, is still pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep. The numbers don't really tell all with the assists, but good players on that list.
Word up. And the leader, Jordan, like the name Showtime, see, this goes to my point. I was gonna say, like, really, when you got a team that really knows how to pass, that's hence the Showtime Lakers, right? The ability to move the ball, it makes the game look better to me, just from an entertainment standpoint. I'm curious, does the Showtime team, does the assist numbers reflect that this is a team that likes to move the ball around? Like, is there any correlation there to that?
No correlation to wins, but the team Showtime, shout out to them. This is our free agent team. So I think I explained that on a podcast. We have a free agent team. So someone hits me up and says, hey, I don't have a team, but I want to play in the league. So we take a collection of free agents and we form a team. They don't even know each other. So from that, though, they have a chat. You'd be amazed. Like, they speak it, they conversate every week. They talk about what they didn't do right. They encourage each other. So a lot of them are strangers. So, and they're all good sports. So it's not like they don't really know each other. So we have to give them that. I'm saying, so.
That's even more impressive. That's even more impressive. This dude don't even know y'all, and he dishing out 5 dimes a game. I'm really trying to get mine if I'm on the free agent team. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm not passing that. Oh, man. Shout out to Jordan, man. Leading the league in assists, playing with niggas you don't even know. Come on. All right. So, man, shout out to the assist leaders. And then, of course, last but not least, we got to talk about the scorers, man, the scorers. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. And for the scorers, we got actually a longer list. We could talk through more than just the top 5. So let me share this out. Here we go. We got the top scorers.
All right. So we got the top scorers of the season. These stats here, they were based on as of week 6. We had a deadline that we had to have everything in. So, but the numbers didn't change much. So leading the league in scoring is Paul Tay Wright from the Coyotes, averaging 32 points a game.
Jeez.
And crazy Ray Faison, averaging 25 points a game from Team Faison. You have Jordan popping up again from Team Showtime with 24 points a game. You have Al from Bullseye, averaging 23 points a game. We have AV from 40 Cal, averaging 22. We have Marquis, averaging 20 from Team Faison. We have Rico, averaging 20 from 40 Cal. Mark from Team Crossover with 19. We have Donovan Evans, block, averaging 19 from the Coyotes. And then we have Jerry, averaging 17 from the family.
Mm-hmm.
Some ballers in that list. Real ballers.
Now, the thing that immediately stood out to me is Ray Faison named the team after himself. Is that correct? I got to shout out the team after himself. Like, I got to shout out who got that confidence to say, this is my team and this is what we about to do, man. So shout out to Team Faison, man.
And drop 25 a game.
And
so
still drop 25 a game, man.
And he goes out and prove it. He goes out and prove it every single game. Every game.
Other team got a animal, got a symbol. This
like, that's
team
me.
Faison. This
right
is what we finna do. I gotta respect that. So
Yep.
so you said these numbers were over the first 6 games. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So it's just one game missing from the numbers here. Okay. Well, look, man, shout out to the league leaders. A lot of these names that you heard are also going to be playing in the All-Star game this weekend. Once again, at Guy Phillips Middle School in Chapel Hill. What time is everything going to get started this weekend?
Everything gets started at 2. So we start out with the middle school showcase at 2, and we go from there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Word up. So 2:00 this Sunday, the 27th. Guy Phillips Middle School. Make sure you check that out. Dunk contest, 3-point contest, middle school showcase, all-star game, and it's not over. Playoff matchups are coming. Before we get to the playoff matchups, we got the top scorers on here. We went through the league leaders. Who's in the running for MVP this season?
Brian, I'll let you announce the top 3.
I think Kev probably want to talk about that more than me. But are we going with the numbers or who I think is going to be the MVP?
No,
The
we're
MVP
gonna do
candidates.
the top 3 candidates that we talked about. So
Top 3. And it's a tight list. There's a lot of people that could be on this list. It's been a fun time. But as far as the top 3, we have, like you said, my man who got the team name for his team. You know, we got Ray Faison for one of them. We have Paul Wright for the other, and we have AV. You know, as you noticed, those names have been on the leaderboard, on a lot of those leaderboards. So it'll be interesting.
And just to make it even more, like, we got to know who's determining this winner of the MVP. How's that going to end up being selected?
You're looking at it here. That's 3.
Staff pick.
Stats.
Staff.
And
Staff and stats, or so it's a combination. It's not just going to be the stats. It's going to be a little bit of the eye test as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stats, showmanship, attendance, and just their influence on the league.
Okay. Word up, man. Shout out to those candidates. When are y'all going to announce the actual winner for the MVP?
During our championship game. We're gonna announce it during the championship game.
Well, shout out to the MVP candidates. Playoffs coming up. Is that going to impact who might win MVP?
No, that's a regular season game.
It's already set. Yeah.
Already set. So let's talk about some of these playoff matchups.
Okay.
Who's playing who in this first round of the playoffs? And are these games going to be at Phillips as well? And what date are we going to get started with the playoffs?
So we're going to get started with the playoffs. We're taking the holiday off. We wanted to make sure everybody could attend. So we're going to take this after the All-Star weekend, or All-Star Day, we're going to take the following Sunday off. We're going to get started with the playoffs on the 10th of September, right, guys?
That's a Sunday.
Yep.
Same time, 2:00 kickoff, just about.
Same time, 2:00. Yes, sir.
Everything kick off at 2:00. Sunday, September 10th. Going to start the playoffs with 8 teams. I'm imagining 4 games to start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Who are the matchups?
Are we ready to come out with the matchups now, guys, or y'all want to wait? We're going to do it now. We have a chat, man, and we go all night back and forth. So
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how the NBA, they must have a tight structure down. The algorithm for picking all these things, I can't imagine the stress.
Are there a lot of teams with identical records?
It's a lot of
few.
variables. Let's say one team forfeited a game, so that's a higher weight. You know what I'm saying? It weighs more than just the loss. So it's easy for us to say top versus bottom. It's easy. We can go that route, but we have some forfeits in there, and we have some other variables. We'll say we're going to have the playoff schedule out by this week, by Sunday.
Okay. Word.
It's still up in the air right now.
Word. So to be determined, but
All
this
teams
All-Star
are
weekend, we might have an announcement of who's playing who in the playoffs this weekend. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, word. So already giving us basketball in September, and then NBA start in October.
Yep.
And when we gonna have that next season for the league?
We're going to start the next. Go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, yeah, we're trying to set a full date, but we're definitely looking for most likely February, sometime in February, to get everything up and running. We want to take a moment just to recalibrate and make sure you look and see what went well, what didn't. Make sure we have all that. We are looking for more sponsors. So if there are any sponsors that want to come and be a part of the team. Also, shout out to Rivals Barbershop. It's another sponsor that we have as well. So we just want to make sure we do this league the right way. We're going to take a little bit of a time to get everything set. We'll be ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
Also, shout out to the G podcast too for being a contributing sponsor. We appreciate that too, man.
Hey.
You already know, man. I can't wait to do this again on the next season. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody participating in the Bull City Basketball League. Can't wait to see how the league continues to grow, how it continues to impact community, especially from a mentorship standpoint. We're gonna start to close things out. Do y'all have any last words just from each of you as we get ready to go into this great weekend here on Sunday, full of basketball and entertainment?
I'll just say shout out to everybody involved, from the players to the staff to those who come out and enjoy the game, all the sponsors. We appreciate y'all love for the game and y'all attending and helping out and just being a part. It means a lot to us. We're going to continue to do what we do to give y'all what y'all love.
No doubt.
Yeah, same. Shout out to all the players. Like I said, this has been a fun league. Probably one of the best leagues that I've been in. I've been in carry leagues. I've been in other leagues before. And it's nothing like this league. And I'm not saying that because I'm on the staff. It's really been enjoyable. Shout out to the fans, for the fans coming out and supporting. We definitely had it. Yeah, definitely had it.
Shout out to all the other leagues too.
Yeah, definitely had there you go. Definitely had great showing, man. When I'm looking at in the stands, and I'm seeing tons of family and everything there to support. That's what it's all about. Most importantly, the players and the staff. That's the most thing. This league doesn't go if it isn't for all of us. So shout out to everyone.
Word up.
I echo both of their comments, and I want to first shout out the staff. I want to shout out Brian, Kevin, Kima, Jayla, our statistician. We want to shout out the Guy Phillips Middle School. But first of all, the staff. I know you guys are tired of me talking about the staff, but you have no idea night and day from the first season to the second. So I want to give a special shout out to them. I'll give you a little story with Kevin. I met him maybe 2 times, and he would give me, after the first week of the first season, he would send me a little email or a text of things that I could work on for the next game or whatever. After 2 weeks, I was like, dude, you're going to be the commissioner. If this is successful and we do this again, I want you to be the commissioner, right?
Word.
So, and I asked him, and he stepped up to it. With Brian, we're neighbors. We're in the same neighborhood, and I just saw him walk into the basketball court one day, and I did a U-turn and asked him, did he want to play basketball? He signed up for the league that day. He came out that day, and the rest is history. He doesn't even play in the league anymore, so I feel bad about that. All he wanted to do was play basketball. So I apologize for that. So.
I had just told my wife, I was like, yo, I need somewhere to play ball at. I ain't played ball like in years. And that used to be my workout. Like he stopped me, I was on my way to the gym to work out. And I was like, I hate going to the gym. I used to just work out by playing ball 3-4 times a week. I was like, I really need to find somewhere to play. And I'm walking to the gym, and he does his 360 in the road. And I'm like, hold up.
And he stops like, especially at Durham, you like, hold on. Turn it around. Yo, just turn it around.
I was like, yo, what's he was like, yo, you hoop? I was like, and I got this league, man. You should come play. I need some players. And I was like, yeah, for sure. So I just wanted to play ball. Yeah, so it's been fun.
Doing sideline commentary. A little bit of everything.
And shout out to y'all spouses too, because I know we're just getting started, so it's kind of like we're grinding in the beginning. Shout out to y'all spouses too, man, because I know how it is.
Man, while we at it, let's just give a shout out to all the spouses, man. None of us going to the doghouse. Let's be clear. Shout out.
And then I want to thank the players. I want to thank the families for coming out. A lot of the players, they'll notice that we need something. Josh from the 40 Cal, anytime I need something, I reach out to him and he'll have a connect for me. He actually was the connect for the gym. So I appreciate that. All the owners, like we have this chat, we call it team owners. I call a team owner is just somebody who is the central contact to put the team together. So instead of me reaching out to all the players, I reach out to the captain. I call them the team owners. So shout out to all of them. So shout out to CJ from Showtime, Tro from the Bullies, Robert from the Coyotes. Shout out Ray from Faison. Who did I leave out? Josh from 40 Cal. Kevin from Bullseye. And did I leave anybody out? Crossover. Antonio. Shout out to Antonio for coming through for us at the last minute. We had a team to drop out after the first week. I hit him up and asked him to put a team together, and he had a team there the next week. So we appreciate that as well. Antonio from Crossover. So again, I want to thank the staff, the players, spouses, families, all the volunteers, everybody that's helped us. It's only going to get better from here.
Word up. And to help close this out, like you said, it's only going to get better from here. One question from a listener went to the website. It mentioned other sports leagues in addition to the Bull City Basketball League. What are those plans to go live?
Baby steps. I think we doing a good thing with this league. It takes a lot to run this thing and to get it to where it's going. And we don't want to lose momentum. We definitely want to do all of the things listed on the website at some point in time. We're going to take this small break before the next league starts. And we're going to, like Kev said, recalibrate and look back over the things that we're doing. And we're going to, piece by piece, gravitating toward the other athletics that we want to branch off to. And no set date, but when we do it, we want to do it right. And that's what we stand on.
And just to give people an idea of some of the other things you are working toward, can we just talk about some of the other types of leagues that you hope to eventually develop here as the BCBL gets its footing in the community?
Yeah, I can speak on that. So under the Carolina Sports Entertainment is the brand, and then we have Bull City Basketball League is the first thing that we've done under it. So we definitely plan on doing like a youth league, like a youth rec league. That's why we're integrating the middle school. We've had talks about having like a softball game, 3-on-3 tournament, pickleball, bowling, the same. Like we want to bring the same type of energy that we brought to the basketball league, 7-on-7 football league. But we want to bring that same energy to whatever our next endeavor is. So we don't want to do it halfway. So we put those things up on the website, not just to put them up, but we will be. That's on our board. So we're going to have those in place, and we're going to have the same type of energy and quality when we do it. So we'll look forward to us coming out with all those things soon.
Okay, word up. B-Swiss got froze up in the Matrix, man. I don't know what's going on with him over there. Look like he's trying to get back in, but we about to wrap up here. We greatly appreciate y'all watching and listening. Hold up, man. We bringing him right back, man, for the closeout, man. You got caught up in the Matrix, but we'll swap it right back in, man. Anyways, this is the G Podcast, where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future, and everything else. This is the G Podcast. Please make sure you subscribe. We got more content on the way. Make sure you join us this Sunday. Dunk contest, 3-point contest, middle school showcase, all-star game, all at Guy Phillips Middle School in Chapel Hill. Make sure you come through 2 p.m. Things will get started. It's going to be a great, festive, eventful evening, entertaining. Bring the family. It's going to be a great environment with basketball. And shout out to the BCBL for doing this with the G Podcast. Shout out to the players. Shout out to the staff. Like he said, all I know is when we go to the next season, we're going to have to do this again, man. We have to make sure we even take it to the next level then. So appreciate y'all brothers for joining. Make sure y'all subscribe. This is the G Podcast.
Shout out to you too.
Take it no talk.